What's going on, y'all? This is your girl, Shawna Speaks, and this is the Male and Female Perspective Podcast, and I'm here with my dope co-host, But.
Happy Taco Tuesday. Happy
Taco Tuesday.
You know?
Yeah, Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday, episode 10.
10. Yo, we made it.
Yo, tonight.
I'm so excited.
Oh, tonight we are talking about Don't Fall, Joe. Our political views on Joe Biden and him falling out the race. Let's go.
Let's get it. Happy Taco Tuesday to everybody out there. You're here at the Male and Female Perspective Podcast. Myself, But, and my dope co-host, Shawna Speaks. How you doing, Shawna? How you doing?
Good,
how you doing?
What up, Kamala?
I'm good. You know, this one, we had to talk about this one, you know.
We had to talk about this
because, it was looking bleak for old Joe, you know.
Yeah.
And then
Father Time.
And for people that don't know, we talk about Joe Biden, the incumbent president of the United States of America currently. He has decided to not run for re-election. I think, in my opinion, that is one of the most selfless good acts that he could have possibly have done because it wasn't looking too good for old Joe. I seen some of his press conferences, some of his the debate that he had, and I was just like,
he was debating with himself. He was fighting with himself. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yo, like this, like he wasn't finishing his sentence. Like I was like, Joe, this is simple. Like Joe,
somebody left the coffee on the stove. Get the laundry out the closet.
Like Joe, you know what they say, that the presidency, the office of the presidency, ages you very fast.
Yeah, because he looked like a nursing home patient as soon as he wasn't vice president no more.
Yo,
oh my goodness!
I was like, like I seen what it did for Barack in 8 years. So you know what I mean. Barack went from having straight black. Look, he had all kinds of salt. They were stressing him out.
Right. Yeah, but he still was chilling.
But you know, like they definitely that office is not for the faint. And I mean, like when I looked at him, I thinking to myself, like, there's no way that his mental faculties is all there and firing. You know what I mean? And I think the same thing about old Donald. You know,
they must try to take him out.
That botch. I think that was the most.
Hold on. You gotta help. Okay, all right, hold on. There you go.
I think that was the most staged stuff.
Hold on.
And
I got my tape. Okay. All right, there we go. I'm ready.
Yo, like you got all that padding on it. It was basically an ear piercing. You know what I'm saying? What's going on here?
Yo, you got 20-year-olds climbing, scaling walls and
like Spider-Man.
Like Spider-Man, and nobody saw him.
Nobody saw
little Peter Parker.
Old girl saw him though. Old girl
and the guy.
They were the way that they acted. Let me know that this was staged.
Somebody's on the wall. Little skinny boy right here. You see him? Hello.
How they saw him? How regular pedestrians saw him, but the Secret Service
that's trained.
bruh. Anyway,
This is like Call of Duty Trump edition.
anyway, I'm gonna slide off that dude because I don't have.
Well, we can't though. You
I don't.
can't slide off. This is the reason why we losing old Joe falling.
Yeah, old Joe. I was tired of seeing Joe falling up the steps and
Little father
like,
time.
like Joe, can you get up Air Force One just one time without like?
You need to hover around.
No, that'd be calamity. Like, he been ran right into the wall. You can't stop him. Like the president jacked all the way up.
He ain't got no break. Somebody get him. Somebody get old Joe. Somebody get him.
Joe forgot that he on the hover round. He all in
The dog
the middle.
left him.
The dog, right? They had to go ahead and take the dog and put him and put him somewhere else because the dog kept biting folks. Because
what? Even the dog I see now?
The dog kept biting folks.
You serious?
I'm serious. They had to move the dog because the dog kept biting folks.
Not the royal dog. The presidential dog. Yeah, rabies.
This was a sign. This was a sign of what was to come. He was trying to warn you.
He's like, look, I'm going first. You better take heed. I'm the first one losing my scruples. Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
between a little senile dog, a little father time, and the Simpsons and their predictions.
Yeah, man. Joe's just sitting there looking more and more like Kane from Poltergeist 2. I just knew they were gonna put a black hat on Joe.
Oh my goodness! What? Oh, every time I see him, it remind me of that Martin. He was like, "Somebody get the phone." You hear the phone ringing? Oh my goodness! He's like, so what's your stance on the climate change? It get cold sometime, and sometime it get hot.
What?
What you said? With my sweater. Somebody got my scarf. It's 90 degrees outside.
Is this Sarah Palin too? Like, where are we at right now?
I think that's his long-lost daughter.
Yo, but I'm glad he did it though. Like he like, all jokes aside, like him making that sacrifice was best for the nation. I definitely support Kamala Harris.
Okay.
I think that just from a logical standpoint, and see, I'm a person that I'm going to vote regardless of who the candidate is. I'm just looking at who is
got a good stand.
Like, who is the lesser of evils. Right? You know what I mean? And I just can't, in good conscience, vote for that other dude. I just can't do it.
I can't.
Like, Joe was losing my vote day by day. Like, I was like, "What, Joe? What you say, Joe? What? Huh? That wasn't the question, Joe. Like,
that was not the question, sir.
It wasn't the question.
What?
Like, because you know what I felt? I felt like
you got COVID.
Like, Joe,
you still catching COVID, Joe?
Joe catch COVID every time you turn around.
They trying to take him out.
Like, that's the assassination attempt right there. Was gave him COVID.
He walking around just poor little thing, man.
You know,
I feel so bad for him.
Joe, the only person in the United States that still wear his mask around everybody and still catch COVID.
And still catch COVID.
You know that. You know, COVID is still in your mask for the last time you caught COVID.
Right. Like, you give him a new mask. Clean out those filters in that plane. They try to take him out subtly.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
So, but I was listening to someone talk about the fact that one of the things that they like that Joe dropped out the race is because the potential of this Project 2025 thing. If
Mm.
Trump should win, and
Don't get me
um,
started on that.
go ahead, go ahead.
So, with my research, I have it's 900 pages of a whole bunch of new things that they're trying to implement on us, and a lot of people saying that it's going to affect. Um,
Hmm.
they're saying that Trump does not have nothing to do with it. If anything, he's not supporting it, but he has
Hmm.
his own agenda. It's called Agenda 47. I haven't got a chance to really read that part, but according to sources, they're trying to say that that this project 2025 could be very detrimental to us as a black community.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna read a few of the things that how it might affect us, and y'all can research it yourselves. I know a lot of us ain't gonna read 900 pages, but I would love for y'all to at least read the first 20 just to get an understanding of what is gonna happen to us as a black people.
Hmm.
So the first thing is regulatory rollbacks, which is deregulating efforts, especially in areas like environmental protection, healthcare, and consumer rights, could disproportionately affect African American communities. Historically, these communities have been more vulnerable to environmental pollution, lack of access to healthcare, and predatory financial practices. Number two is civil rights protection. There could be changes to how civil rights laws are enforced, which we just had our podcast about.
Yeah.
What just happened to Miss Sonia Macy. So, if the Department of Justice and other agencies adopt more conservative stances on the civil rights issues, enforcement of laws against discrimination in housing, employment, and education might be less vigorous.
Hmm.
Economic policies. Project 2025's economic agenda, which includes tax cuts and reduced governmental spending, might have mixed effects. While tax cuts could benefit some of us, reduced government
Hmm.
spending on social programs, which is very important to our communities, the safety net could disproportionately harm lower income communities, which include African American families. So that means that
Social
after
Security and
Social
Medicaid.
Security, Medicaid, after school programs,
Hmm.
just certain programs in schools itself. They're trying to like do away with a lot of the education.
Hmm.
The educational changes. Now, number four, changes to the Department of Education and shift towards school choices and voucher programs could be very impact. Proponents argue that such policies increase educational opportunities, while critics condemn they might undermine undetermined public schools, which serve a significant number of African American students, like you just said, like the certain programs.
Hmm.
Healthcare. Healthcare reform aimed at reducing the size and scope of federal healthcare programs could affect access to healthcare to African Americans. Efforts to roll back parts of the Affordable Care Act, for
Hmm.
example, could lead to higher uninsured rates within the
Hmm.
African American community. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's something that they're consistently trying to work to line the
Mm-hmm.
pockets of big pharma. So
Right.
like
Yep.
that issue has been going on for quite some time, and it's ridiculous that we're the largest economy
Mm-hmm.
in the world, but meanwhile we don't have free healthcare and like other
Right.
countries. Like that's
Right. You need to
just
go to
so
Canada.
strange to me.
Yeah.
Like that is the most strangest thing to me. Like, and it's all because once people found out that there was um, there was money in not the cure, but in the treatment.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh
There's
yeah.
money in the treatment.
Not the
So
cure.
as long as because I can cure you, but no, you'll keep coming back to me for the
For the
treatments.
treatment, for them pills. Yes.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
so as long as I can handle the treatment, then
Mm-hmm.
I can consistently keep making money, and my money, my pockets is always lined. You know,
Exactly.
and that the tax cuts, like they've been trying to roll tax cuts for the upper echelon for quite some time. I don't understand it. To me, like I don't understand why, and even Warren Buffett, who I think is like the most kind-hearted, richest person that I know,
Mm-hmm.
that I've seen, have
Yeah.
conversations where he was like, if my secretary is no reason why my secretary should pay higher taxes than me.
Than me. and she makes a
And
fraction of what he makes in one business.
mm-hmm,
You know,
right.
so they also was talking about criminal justice reform. If
Mm-hmm,
Project 2025 leads to a could lead to a tougher stance on criminal and law enforcement, it could exacerbate issues of over policing and mass
mm-hmm,
incarceration, which disproportionately affects African Americans. Controversially, any efforts within the project to reform criminal justice policies could have positive effects if they address systemic inequities. So that
mm-hmm.
might be a positive nature. We got workforce changes. The emphasis on reshaping the federal workforce could affect African Americans federal employees, us, right?
Yeah, us.
Us. Efforts
Mm-hmm.
to replace current employees with those ideologically aligned with the administrative goals might lead to job losses for African American workers in the federal sector. So that's when I started to be like, okay, now this is some
Yeah,
bull, you know.
yeah. Now you got my
I'm on my
attention.
right. I'm on my way out the door, but hold up now. Don't
Mm-hmm.
be messing with my
Right.
pension. Now you doing too much.
Don't play my money
Right.
now.
Don't play in my monies. Right. Don't
Don't
play
play my
with me and my
money.
partner money. Like you doing too damn much.
Like, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
All right. Joe, get up.
Right.
Number 8 is
That's
housing. I'm sorry, go ahead.
no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And the last one is housing and urban development. Changes to the
Mm-hmm.
Department of Housing and Urban Development, which is HUD, which a lot of
Mm-hmm.
families depend on, and housing
Mm-hmm.
policies will affect African Americans, particularly in terms of access to affordable housing and discrimination enforcement and housing policies. Overall, the impact of Project 2025 on African Americans will depend on how specific policies are implemented and how various agencies are reconstructed and refocused. The broad goals in reducing government size and influence, deregulation, and conservative shifts in policy could have both positive and negative effects, with many outcomes hinging on the details of the policy execution. So,
So, in regards to the housing and urban,
mhm. Look it up, y'all. Do your research.
I'm I'm I have a more conservative type viewpoint when it comes to that particular topic.
Okay.
And the reason why I have a more conservative um, type of viewpoint in regards to that topic is because I do believe that in certain aspects, not in
Right.
all, but in certain aspects, it promotes people to not want to go out here and seek gainful employment and actually do their fair share for society because
Yeah.
like as long as I can be here living this very low rent, low income area, whatever
Mm-hmm.
else like that, it doesn't. I don't have to do X, Y, and Z. Like I think there should be. I don't think that should be your. That should be the ends to your means. I think that it should be a stopgap to doing better for yourself. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like, um, and I hate to say it, like you pull up in certain areas in certain cities or whatever, and I could tell that your priorities is all jacked up because if you in a project house but you got a beamer on the outside of the house, what are we
I,
doing with life right now?
I've been saying this for years. I've been saying this for years for those that in the black community, the only thing that a parent could leave their kid was the project apartment. Now you the project kid, and now you get a job for the city, go to school and get good money. But now your rent is only $5. You gonna still live your life and still buy stuff. But if you could buy that beam and you could take that apartment and sublet it, make money, and then move outside of the community and be able to make a sense why you have a beam outside the projects and then get mad when you come outside and it's on bricks.
And it's on bricks.
And it's on bricks and your window's broken. Because the people are hating. Some of them will just bust your window because they mad. Not even because there's
Hmm.
anything in the car.
Yep.
So and that part of life and how we thought never made sense to me. Never. That's not a flex. To this day, is not a flex.
No, I just I'm I lived in the projects at one point. I had a
Me too.
project house. You know what I'm saying? I had food stamps. at one point in time in my life, but that was because of where I was in my life at that particular point in time. But I always wanted more. You know what I
Of
mean?
course, yeah.
And like the environment that I lived in and grew up in is what I knew.
Right. Yeah. That
It
part.
was what I knew,
Hmm.
but I knew if I got out of that environment, that there was probably better on the other side of it, and it did. It happened. I'm not trying to get too far off the subject and make this person thing because we're talking about, the political field
Yeah.
right now. But like there's certain the project 2025. I think that we all need to do our research in regards to it because it's going to adversely affect us,
Yes.
our parents, our children, how they're being educated and things of that nature,
Our
our
legacy.
grandchildren, if we are in the grandchildren stage
That's
of
right.
life or whatever, you know what I mean? So you want to definitely, um, you want to be a part of what is to come and be in the know, and so you can vote accordingly. I'm not telling anybody that you got to vote for Kamala or you got to vote for anybody else for that matter, but make your voice heard. Look at
Please
the
do.
issues. If you're aligned either way, one way or the other, if you're
Yeah.
aligned with, then go out there and let your voice be heard. Like,
Definitely.
uh, um, I'm just I'm just glad that Ojo decided like it was, what it reminded me of watching him.
What?
Remember when Barack first initially ran against John McCain, and you used
Oh
to see
man.
John
Oh,
McCain.
oh, oh, poor McCain. Oh man.
That
Let
seemed
me tell
like
you, John
ages ago.
McCain. Right. Don't forget Bernie Sanders.
But John, for whatever reason, when John was running as a president, he was like, man, he just looked too old. He looked like he
Already.
frat. You know what I mean?
Already.
Or and that was before, like, and then you were like, man, as old as he is, if something happened to him, you gonna have Sarah Palin in the of the presidency. Like that was what deterred every
Not
because
elemental Pete.
you know. I
No,
read all the
no.
magazines.
Right. No.
What
Mm-mm.
magazine? I read all of them.
All
Every
of
last
them.
one of them.
Everyone.
All of them.
All of what? What is the Palin effect? What?
They
No,
said,
everybody been on TikTok and everybody has been saying, this has been the argument against our community is we already know that we did a big one just having a female in any type of office in the presidency, just having her as a vice president.
do
Because if
you think
all
we're ready for that? Do you think we're ready for that next step? Do you think that our community is going? Because see, we backed Barack like it was nothing. Like
yeah, that I mean, we
we
backed
went
him because it
in
was a
for
first.
Barack.
We
You
ain't
know what I
care.
mean?
We ain't care.
Do you think that okay? Because
Well,
now
first
we
of all,
about
she
to get
didn't do
into
anything. Okay, so I'm
we
gonna be
about to get
real.
into a real we about to get into a real part of this conversation because I want to nail this down and I want your
Yeah,
honest answer in regards to this.
no, I'm gonna answer it because I don't know her.
Do you
She
think
a phantom to me,
do
and
you think that black men and black women are going to turn out for Kamala Harris as a black woman the way that they turned out for Barack back in 2008 and 2012?
I believe what I was saying is that a lot of the conversation has been people are mad because they don't want us to vote because of skin color. They want us to vote, i.e., the less of the evils, and because of what she's qualified for the job. Because she's been quiet like a church mouse. I don't know that she did, but what everybody's holding against her, which I found that is misinformation, is they saying that she put so many black men behind bars during her when she was running. What she was a DA or something.
When she was the DA.
When she was a DA, that she put thousands of black men unjustly on weed charges. But when you do the research, she put thousands of people away, but the number of men that were put away is nothing compared to the number that they're saying. So y'all got to do your research when you start blaming people for stuff, and y'all don't like to read. Y'all think TikTok is the news, and it's not. You got to sit up here and read certain situations.
Can I make a news flash real quick though?
Yeah, go ahead.
If you're a law-abiding citizen that isn't committing crimes, a lot of times you don't go to jail. Like, I'm a living testament to the fact
Me
that, you know,
too.
when I was committing crimes, I
Right.
went to a place where I was supposed to be because, you know, I was committing crime. But
Yeah, but
since I
that's
have taken myself out of that genre, you know what I
right.
mean?
I don't go to
You
jail.
know, you know what I'm saying? Look, Lamar.
Right.
No
I'm free.
bracelets.
I'm free. No chains is holding me. No shackles is on my feet. Now I can dance.
You know?
But this is what they're trying to. This is what you hear,
Yeah.
and again because they're doing summaries. They're not reading. They're not doing research.
Is that in our community that's being?
Yes. That's the
So
thing.
do you feel like that they're holding that? Do you
Yes.
feel like they're holding that against her just simply because of the fact that she's a female? Because see, you got to think about it. I want you to think about it
I think it's both.
holistically in regards to how people the backlash that Hillary Clinton faced, just simply because of one, she was a woman.
Oh yeah,
And
we get it bad.
this is misogynist. This is a very
Yes,
misogynistic
of course,
society that we
of
live in.
course.
So just the fact that she's a woman is held against her. But
We
the
don't want a
other part of
woman,
this,
and we don't want that woman. Okay,
that
it's
part.
two things going against it. She's a woman and she's black.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so when we had Barack, they had to choose.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's a man, but he black. So which one we gonna give up? Because he's the best of the left. Oh, we gonna take him because we gonna have to put a black person in here, but we're not gonna put Hillary. So we'll take the black over. Yes. So right now is what. So what I'm saying is, with everything that happened within this past week or 2 weeks, we had the attempt to take out Dorito. A retired firefighter shielding his family was a sacrificial lamb, right? Because somebody did pass away and others multiple was hurt. Everybody was saying it was a rouge or whatever. Whether it was, they still sacrificed somebody.
Yeah.
Then old Joe falling, he don't know what he's doing. He's losing his scruples. And then out of nowhere, Microsoft decides that they don't want to work no more.
We survived CrowdStrike. Can you believe that? We survived it.
First of all, why did it happen? And it's not a coincidence. Again, this is my perspective. It was a test.
And not of the emergency broadcast system.
Right. But guess what? While everybody's sleeping, on our end, it was hell. But when you woke up in the morning and they wanted to tell the story, 911 wasn't affected. Hell it wasn't.
Lying.
Are you lying? Because it's fixed.
Right.
So guess what happened? Let me paint the picture for you. It was a dark and gloomy night. And Trump is running for president. Okay? And old Joe has fallen down the steps of Air Force One.
Not a creature was staring, not even a mouse.
Right?
Right.
Okay? A 20-year-old got on top of a building and everybody saw him and pew-pewed at the president to be. Okay? Old Joe take his last breath. We will have a woman president. I don't care if it's for 3-4 months. She will be president.
She will be president.
Whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
So guess what? Let's keep flipping the narrative. Let's go crash the whole global world. Let's take down everything. Let's test it out. Oh, you can't get no driver license. You can't get your nothing renewed. Ain't no food going through cargo. The truck drivers can't deliver the packages. You can't get your money out the bank. Only the ATM machine, and you know the ATM don't give you more than $800 and $200 at a offshore one. Coincidence? Come
I
on.
think not.
I think not. I have to say no. This is what we dealing with. So why everybody's running around here talking about if walking around with the tissue in your ear? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Good.
Can you see me? Are y'all woke or not? It's a test to see how long it lasted. And for us, we just had to take the bug out of the updates.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yep.
Microsoft went down overnight. Everybody got a blue screen with a little sad face. You wake up to that in the morning. People coming off of trips can't move, can't do nothing because you can't see nothing.
Can't see nothing. Yeah.
Let me tell you this.
Still to this day.
Delta, American, Delta, American, who else? Who was
United?
flat? United was all indefinitely delayed.
Mm-hmm.
You know who was flying?
Southwest.
Frontier
and Spirit.
Southwest, and my favorite, JetBlue.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, "Oh, Spirit." Spirit was like, "We got ColecoVision, we got a compass, and we got tickets, okay, and an iPad, and we gonna get you where you gotta go." And guess what? Since somebody can't tell us nothing, we got shortcuts. We gonna take this way. It's gonna take you 2 hours. We gonna get you there in 1.5. Spirit ain't had no seatbelts. We ain't have no ear, but you gonna get you there.
But you gonna get there.
They said, Spirit, stay down. They said, see you later. We out. Okay.
Shot the dick.
What? I'm sitting like, listen, it's funny, but it's not funny. Look what's going on around y'all. Do y'all remember 2003 when we had a outage when the whole lights went out?
The whole grid.
You don't hear nothing of why it happened, how it fixed it. Yeah. When Obama was in office, we had a big oil spill in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. What happened? How they fixed it? Nobody saw no pictures. Now all of a sudden we wake up and Microsoft says, you know what, CrowdStrike, we're going to strike. At the strike at 12 o'clock.
CrowdStrike struck.
CrowdStrike struck. CrowdStrike struck the hell out of New York and the global.
The globe.
You should have saw those trucks.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is everything is on one main line.
Mm-hmm. And that's crazy to me that.
Come on. Everything's a rouge for the bigger to come.
So much of our information, so much.
You better get mattresses and safes and put your money in it.
Our power grid, so much of everything is just on one thing, like on just one thing. And if that thing should ever fail, like God help you.
And it is. That's the thing. Just think about how far along we've had these tests. Mm-hmm. They've been teaching us in medical for the Office of Medical Affairs, OEM. Mm-hmm. Environmental management, about weapons of mass destruction. I'm not sure if I can say it on here. Mm-hmm. They tell us about a particular thing I'm not going to say because it might be flagged, so I don't want to say it. But there's a particular thing that we watch out for to happen if we ever had a thing that happens for the world. Mm-hmm. And we have a medication that we can give. I'm still going to say that the biggest war that we had was COVID. Yeah. It came in the way that they said it would come in, but it didn't come in attached to what they said it would be attached to.
Right.
We had 9/11. We had COVID. We had a outage that lasted 3 days with no lights. Now, one car accident happened during the time when nobody had no lights, but as soon as the lights is on, everybody want to crash. I don't understand it. I don't understand. 5,000 jobs that night and not one car crash. I was there. Yeah. COVID happened. Attempt assassination. President keep falling. They try to take our money. They holding up our food. I'm telling you, y'all better start buying water and perishable goods and putting some money in the safe in your house because it's coming.
Yeah.
Okay, this ain't no old, this fake. Watch it. Do your research. Stop worrying about who's sleeping with who and what relationship, and get your life together, because you're gonna wake up and y'all gonna be looking like old Joe. Y'all better get together, because it's happening, okay?
Because it's happening right before our very eyes.
And you want to know who the Antichrist is? Bill Gates. Okay. I'm landing my spirit plane.
I can't.
Okay, so I'm getting where I gotta go. $25 and no seatbelt. I'm getting there. Okay? Spirit was the GOAT. Spirit needed to use that as a advertisement to get more flights. Everybody was there, not Spirit.
Spirit was the real MVP.
Spirit had the hand of God on them, okay?
Spirit was the real MVP.
Spirit was the MVP. They was the GOAT, okay? Shoot. Tell you, man, what?
Look,
they was the GOAT. But the greatest of all planes. Spirit was the GOAT. GOAP. The greatest of all planes.
Look, I'll tell you. But, you know, I'm glad Joe did what he did.
Yeah.
Getting back to, like, I'm glad he did. Like, that was very selfless, because you think about, you know, the last time he ran, he beat this dude. You know what I mean? So I know that it's a hit to his ego. But for him to, I saw a meme the other day that was brutal, where they said Joe gonna be upset when he remembered that he bowed out the race.
You gonna wake up? What happened? What today is? Don't got no meetings? No, you bowed out. When I did that, I remember. We know. Oh my! You gotta send me that meme. If I could put it in this video, I would. You gotta send it to me.
The internet is undefeated. I'm just like, oh man. But
undefeated. You ain't gonna win. You're not gonna win.
As always, Shawna, it is my pleasure. Look, for everybody that's following us, please subscribe, like, comment, leave us your thoughts, your opinions. If you have anything that you would like for us to talk about, you know, let us know. As always, my dope co-host Shawna speaks. Myself, Jessica Ply. We love y'all. We thank you. We appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night. Enjoy your week.
Night, y'all.